What's going on, guys? Jordan here, coming back at you again with another episode of Beer Reviews. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing the classic Blue Moon. This is the Blue Moon Belgian White, Belgian Style Wheat Ale, brewed with Valencia orange peel. And it's coming in at 5.4% ABV. I picked up a 6-pack of these bottles. These are 12 fluid ounce bottles at Walmart tonight for $8.98. So $9 and some change for the 6-pack. Now, I have had this beer before, but it has been at least 4 or 5 years since I've had it. I picked it up one time, and I do remember liking it. But that was way back in the day when I just started getting into drinking craft beer, because you guys may have remembered the story that I told a long time ago. First beer I ever had was Corona. And then I got stuck on Corona. Then I went to Miller Lite. Then I went to Coors Light. And then after a year or so, I started getting into craft beer and trying different craft beers. And then I made this channel. So this was earlier into my years of trying craft beer. So I liked it then, but we'll see what I think about it now, having more experience and more craft beers under my belt. So let's open it up. I don't remember if this is a twist top. It is a twist top. It is a, wow, okay. Cool little cap there that I will be collecting. I'm just gonna put that right into my desk drawer. All right, the smell out of the bottle. I smell the orange, like orange peel type smell. It's also weedy. You definitely smell the wheat. It smells pretty good. It smells like a Blue Moon, just like I remember. But let's get it into a glass and see what we got here. Boy, that's a beautiful beer. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that beer. The camera doesn't even do it justice, actually. And I know that's probably the lighting. Let me see. Let me try that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Working with about a 1.5 fingers ahead. White, fluffy. It smells weedy. You smell the orange peel, kind of. Little hoppy. It smells really good. Nice and hazy. I mean, I don't even know if you can see my hand behind that. It's so hazy. Maybe just slightly. That is a gorgeous beer. So, Blue Moon at 5.4% ABV. I just realized that I put that cap in there. This is not the collector cap. This is the cap that goes on the bottle. My next beer that I will have out of that pack will be the collector cap. But as for now, that's staying there because I'm collecting that bottle. All right. So we got a sniff. We got the sniff test done. Now on to the taste test. Cheers, guys. Oh yeah. You taste the wheat, and on the back end you kind of taste that orange peel, orange zest type flavor on the tongue. It's really easy to drink. The body on it. Say it's about a medium. A little bit of almost like a slight, just ever so slight, like bitterness, but it's more of a citrus bitterness, like literally if you were to bite into an orange peel. And I know a lot of times, like if you go to a bar and you order this, they'll put a orange wedge or orange slice on the side of the on the glass. Which I've never done that, but I'm thinking I need to pick up some oranges and try that, because that would probably be a nice little garnish with this beer. Not a bad beer at all. Yeah, you kind of just get the wheat, you get the orange peel. It's not really bitter. I don't really get any hop bitterness at all from this beer. It's more of like a, if there's any bitterness at all, like I said, it's just like the orange peel, the citrus type bitterness to it. It's pretty easy to drink. I don't get any alcohol notes or anything like that. But, excuse me, I do remember this back in the day having more flavor than it does now. Now, that was probably just because I had never had beers like this before. I was, like I said, I was new into craft beer. I was drinking things like Corona, Miller Lite, and Coors Light. That's what I was drinking back then. So going from that to this is obviously a big leap. It's obviously going to be a stronger flavor and a more potent flavor. Stronger and more potent are the same thing, Jordan. Jesus. A stronger flavor and more... You know what I mean. It's more flavorful than a Miller Lite or a Coors Light, for sure. But I remember there being a little bit more back then. That was probably 2017, 2018, something like that. It's still a pretty good beer. It's just, I remember it being better than what it is now. And like I said, I think that's just because my palate is in a different place than it was back then. I've had a lot of great craft beers that I absolutely love, that would absolutely blow this out of the water. For $9 a six-pack, it's not a bad choice at all. If this is what you like, I don't dislike this beer at all. I like the beer just fine. It's just, I thought there was a little more to it than what I'm getting right now. I've had better wheat ales than this, for sure. But, you know, it's Blue Moon. It's readily available. It says right here, established in 1995, Colorado. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. I do love the bottle. The bottle will definitely be kept and collected. But let's get into a rating. It's easy drinking, medium bodied. It's smooth. It's, I guess you could say, even refreshing. But I just remember it having a little bit more than what it has right now. And that's where I'm a little confused with how I'm going to rate this. Would I buy it again? I probably wouldn't, just because if I want a wheat ale, I can go to a local craft brewery and get a better wheat ale than this. It's just not overly impressive, but I don't really have anything negative really to say about it either. It's kind of subtle. There's not a whole lot going on, but it does have a decent amount of flavor to it. Obviously, it's just when you remember something having more flavor, when your palate was in a different spot, and you haven't had that beer in several years, the beer's probably not going to taste as good as it did to you back then. So as far as a rating goes on Blue Moon, I'm going to hit it with a solid... I can't give it a bad rating because it's still a good beer. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's still a good beer. An 8 out of 10 is still a really good score. It's just not going to be in the wow factor. It's not going to be in the 9 or the 10 spot. So I think an 8 is a fair rating for this one. I wouldn't necessarily buy it again. Like I said, I would just probably go, if I'm looking for a wheat style, a Belgian style wheat ale, I'm looking for something like that, I'd probably just go with a local craft brewery or just another craft brew than this. But I wouldn't turn my nose up at it either. If this was offered to me at somewhere, or if this is what they were serving at a bar, I'd get it no problem. And I will finish this glass. It's still a good beer, it's just not phenomenal. But if you guys are into this style, you might love this beer. But that's what I got. That's where my palate is on it. That's what I think about it. 8 out of 10 from me here at Beer Views. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on anything you would like me to try in the future, leave it in the comment section below and I'll do my best to try to find it and give it a review. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, cheers.